have a presentation coming up. I think we have been talking about talent quite a lot, and this would be a continuation to that. This is about effective talent attraction, which should be a cornerstone of a successful talent acquisition strategy. To speak on this, we have with us the Senior Director from Client Success of HiyaMee. So could I have Mr. Siddharth Kannan join us on stage to share his thoughts on this, please? All right, could we have a huge round of applause? We have Mr. Siddharth joining us for the presentation, and this is on effective talent attraction. Thank you. Sure, all yours.
Hey everyone, I hope I'm audible. My name is Siddharth Kannan. I am from HiyaMee, actually, not HiyaMee, but no worries at all. So the person that was actually supposed to give this presentation was my CEO and founder, Karthikeya Ramanathan, but unfortunately he is not available today for various reasons. I have nothing prepared, but I do have a few things to say based on what our speakers earlier have spoken about. HiyaMee, just to give you a brief introduction, because a lot of you might not know the name. We try to keep in the background while we brand other companies. HiyaMee is a talent community. We have been in business since 2016. We were started by people who have been in the talent acquisition industry for over a decade. And our primary goal was to make a change, a difference in the way legacy systems work within the talent acquisition industry. We are a talent community of close to 7 million people, both from a technology perspective and from the technology fields and from BFSI and various other domains. I have been with HiyaMee since its inception. I was one of the founding members. And we have been changing over the years as things have been changing. Over the last maybe 5 years or so, the world has seen a whole lot of things change. Something that one of our earlier speakers mentioned, which was very relevant, is are you going to be setting the GCC up where the talent is present? How are you going to get the right and relevant talent? That is a big concern for most players in the market because a GCC is a completely different setup than a services firm, right? There is no janta hiring. There is no concept of hiring tens of thousands of people at one go who are sitting nameless at the back end. Here, you're creating products, you're creating solutions, you're creating an experience for your own customers, which means that it's important for us to tap the right talent, the best talent. The pandemic kind of changed things around a bit. It helped us find talent because location was agnostic at that time. We didn't have to look at what's available in Hyderabad or what's available in Bangalore. Instead, we were able to tap into the market that's available across India. It helped us a lot, but also came with its own series of problems. There were people that were employed by multiple employers. There were people that eventually refused to turn up at office. But now that things have changed, a lot of companies are moving towards a hybrid structure. Companies, every day in the news, we hear about a new firm that's taking up a policy of 5 days working from the office. So in this kind of a scenario, in this landscape, what is it that we can do to make sure that the talent that we need is there at the right time? That is part of what HiyaMee's core philosophy is. We believe in creating talent communities. And of course, considering that I'm from the talent acquisition industry, I know that talent acquisition is an expense for most companies. And I do hope that the budgets for these are increased over the next few years. But what we do differently and what we feel is going to work for GCCs, especially in the current scenario, is not just to go and hire talent in time for a project. Anytime a GCC decides to come to India, or anytime they plan on expanding their presence here in India, there's so much of planning that goes into it. But the talent acquisition teams are the last to know about it. Once everything has been settled, once the budgets have been allocated, that's when you reach the talent acquisition team and say, hey, I need 100 people on board right away. That's just in-time hiring, and the talent that... Is that it? Okay. Okay. Can I go on or? Okay. So, as I was saying, if you follow that kind of a strategy, what ends up happening is the TA teams that you are dealing with Our people at the end of the day, where do they go and find this talent? Talent doesn't grow on trees. They end up going into the market. They end up going onto platforms that have profiles of people who are immediately currently looking for jobs. Yes, India has a large talent landscape. We have a lot of talent here, but not everybody that's currently looking for a job is going to fit you. The domain might be different. The culture might be different. They might not be looking for the same things that you are looking for. They might not even come with the same background. A lot of people that have worked in large organizations, great names, they might have worked on small modules of work. Whereas a captive does not want somebody like that. They want somebody who can think. They want somebody who can design, somebody who can provide a solution, right? And for this, it's very important for us to start building passive talent pipelines. And that is part of what HiyaMee does. I have had the honor of meeting a few of you outside in the booths. Some of you have walked by, seen the posters and so on, and have asked us a few questions. Those of you who haven't, feel free to reach out to any of my team members outside. We would love to connect with you, give you our details, and connect and let you know how these passive pipelines work. And what I'm here to talk about primarily that benefits you, I don't want this to sound like a sales pitch for HiyaMee. I'm just saying a passive talent pipeline is something that needs a little bit of work. It needs the intervention of the business and the tech leadership and the talent acquisition leadership. All of us work together to make sure that a certain amount of effort goes into keeping a pipeline built, keeping a pipeline engaged. So our tagline to put that into perspective is attract, engage, and hire. We help you attract talent. That's my job. We have to engage the talent, keep them warm, keep them interested in what we're doing. Once again, a lot of talent, especially good people, are sitting in organizations that they are comfortable with. They're doing great there. They're not overtly looking for a change. They are sitting there with blinders on. They don't know what's happening in the rest of the world. They don't know the kind of tech stacks you work with. They don't know the kind of amazing opportunities that you might be able to provide to them. And unless we go out into the market and actually let them know about it, we are privileged enough to have been invited to a conference like this. A software architect probably would not get the chance to do that. He or she might not know what kind of work you do at your firm and might not even know that they might be able to build their career better with your firm. Talent is not going to stay with us for all time. That era has passed. The time of getting a watch for 25 years of service is over. They are going to keep jumping companies. So it's best for us to plan ahead and make sure that we keep a backup list of people that are interested in our firm, that are interested in the kind of work that we do, that we can reach out to at any time when positions arise. Now this, like I said, is building a passive pipeline. It's not directed towards current open roles. Current open roles, yes, we do need to fill those roles urgently. We don't have too much of time for that. And there are dozens of players in the market that can help you do that. Staff augmentation always works. At any given time, you can have a whole lot of people deployed. HiyaMee does that. We deploy pods of engineers to companies to help them, in the short term. We provide people on contract, et cetera, et cetera. But when you're thinking long-term strategy, there are a few things that you need to consider. One, of course, is how culturally fit are these people? If you go out into the market and get a person desperate for a job, he or she will say anything and everything to be able to get that job from you. We need to know the people that we are hiring a little better. Two, the time required. The talent acquisition team, like I said, are humans. They can't do wonders. They can't perform magic. But if you have a passive pipeline of folks that are already interested in you, that helps you hire faster when the need arises, and also helps you scale at the end of the day. Another thing that I've noticed with building your own passive pipelines, investing in building your own passive pipelines before the need arises, is that when the need does arise, you can hire 3x, 4x faster. You have people ready to apply, you have people ready to interview, you have people ready to join. And the joining ratios shoot up. And of course, one thing that might be relevant to smaller GCCs, I had a very good conversation with a gentleman about micro GCCs, is also that your brand is known in the market as a technology leader, as a good place to work, and as a place that a person can build a career and learn more about the field that they're in. So I have about 20 seconds left on the clock. All I would like to say, folks, is that I understand priorities always are different when you're planning on setting up or expanding your GCC within India. Infrastructure, people, all of that is important. But yes, talent acquisition at the end of the day should be something that you consider right at the beginning and not something that you put off till the time that everybody else signs off on it. Let's be prepared. Let's make sure that we have people that we reach out to and can be tapped at any given point in time. Thanks a lot, everyone. Just another thing, if anybody wants to know anything more, please meet me outside. I'm at the booth there.
Lovely. Thank you, Mr. Kannan.